Good morning. Well, it's actually just into the afternoon, but it's the start of a day, so we'll call it good morning. And welcome back to Sosnovka. The harvest's a little bit later today. I just decided to wait until everything was ready to go. So we're going to get the Fort Schritt. I know I often just call it a Fortschritt, and it's a Fort Schritt. That is more to do with just my messed up accent and pronunciation than anything else. It's nothing personal. Right, you're off and running. Now, I've got a bit more information from the ministry about exactly this whole collective status thing. And there are some worrying, well, not some worrying, so we say some challenging aspects to our new found role and status, is that we literally are responsible for everything now, which basically means just tidying up the fertilizer, get that off the floor. It basically means that unless there's a real impossibility, which we will need to demonstrate, we are expected over the course of this week to produce some of every crop and product that we possibly can. And on our next audit day, the key thing in the audit will us having to demonstrate that we have some of each in storage. That is what the audit man is going to be looking for. On the wrong side of that fertilizer spreader, but it's okay because this Zeta isn't doing that. He's going to get straight on with the mowing actually this morning. All nicely fully grown. That's lovely and meadowy. And we are going to get some hay today. I think it's time for us to start restocking the animals, but we shall have a look, because animal numbers are expanding today. But first we really need to just have a little look and make a plan. Now I really wish, in fact one of our proposals, thoughts, is to replace this now with a square baler, or also get a square baler if we could find one reasonably cheaply. It's going to save us a lot of time with the baling, and I think baling is going to become more of a feature, and for straw and hay square bales are fine. For what this baler is now worth, the fact we can, as and when possible, wrap some bales and sell them to make some extra cash, makes it worth keeping around. I think if we sold it, in fact we can have a look, can't we? If we sold it, we'd get 7,000. Maybe if we took it back down to the dealers ourselves, we'd probably get about 9,000 for that. That's basically one day's wrap bale production, so how is it not worth keeping it, whatever we do? In fact, you know what? Let's just do that right now. We're going to get the square baler, and then I can literally leave a worker to mow and bale that field. And here is, from the Massey Ferguson Classic Pack, the Ministry of Farming stickers on it. Ministry of Farming 5, there you go. It's the square baler. It's a much bigger machine, but still only requires 85 horsepower to run it, which is considerably less than any other square baler in the game. Also has a little back hitch. You can just pull your own bale trailer along as well, which can save a little bit of logistic effort. And as I say, the real advantage of this is that the worker, based on the fact that he's mowing, can just drag the active baler behind him and drop the bales, and should hopefully just get on a mow and bale, combined the word there, so we can pursue other activities. Again, very nice mod. The details, I like just the matte finish. It's kind of that faded red paint look that a lot of cars get, and then the clear coat dies and you get that horrible white misting, which is really hard to remove. If you actually ever have that on a car, or you're thinking of buying a car that's got really bad clouding on the clear coat, if you care, I wouldn't buy it, because sometimes you have to get right down to the metal, to the or at least to the undercoat, to ever permanently fix it. Fingers crossed that I've calculated this correctly. We're just going to turn the baler on manually, because as far as the AI is concerned, he's not baling, he's just mowing. That's the plan. But we're mowing with just a minute, we're baling grass though, aren't we? Do you know what? I don't care. Let's get a few bales of grass this way. There is a square bale wrapper available. It's behind a paywall. All harvester needs emptying. That's good because the pigs need feeding. It's in a coon pack that you have to pay for. I've only really paid for, I think, one tractor, kind of by accident, and the platinum pack, which I haven't used anything out of really. And I prefer these playthroughs to just not feature anything that needs paying for. Lots of mods, of course, and free stuff, but no, I'm not going to wind you up by showing you how a brilliant way of doing something on the farm and then you have to find out you have to pay £11.50 to try to do it. I don't like that kind of thing at all. Yeah, you know what? A little stash of grass is okay. It's not seasons. It's not going to get sick. We'll just leave him to it. I just want to see if he can. Just got to figure out a Sosnovka method now of squeezing a tedder in between. Wouldn't that be perfect? But that's not going to happen. And I haven't got follow me like those people on the PC. Whoa. Such an easy life over there. We're taking the Schluter 1500 TVL over to the pigs. In the front we've got just over 1,000 litres of barley. In the back we've got 1,700 litres of soy. The pigs have actually run out of the soy, canola, sunflower food group. It just drops their productivity whilst they haven't got it in seasons. Condition as it is in there will drop very quickly. You don't ever want to let your animals run out of a type of food if you can avoid it. But in this mode of game, it's not a huge issue whatsoever. So don't panic. That's the mowing finished. Have we gone past the pigs? I think we have actually. These are around here. That's okay. At least I know the feeding trough's the first one we get to, hey? I'm not necessarily expecting it to take all of this at once. We'll see. Nice and clean up here. Right, so we need to unfold and open. Right, that's all that gone. And close, fold, switch the rear trailer. Got nothing to do this. Quite. There we go. It's had all of that, but I'm sure. There you go. That's about 3 days worth of each anyway. And what we have got over here, which we shall bring back with us now, is about 4,500 litres of potatoes. Now, bearing in mind what the guy from the ministry has just told us in our update, I think we are going to reseed potatoes at least once more, and we're going to use the 4,000 of what we've got left here to reseed with. So we're going to try to dump about 300 off here. We'll grab them as we need them. That'll do. I reckon that should give us just enough to get that field replanted. Now I'll just hitch these together. We made it back to the farm without incident. We're just going to drop the potatoes here in this shed, because in fact we can leave that tipper there now. The harvester, I think, is just about ready to be unloaded again. I don't now want to leave the Druskin tipper on there because that'll get some crop in it if it goes near the pipe. So we'll just drop him there. charge through the crops after that guy unless we have to. We'll just leave this guy here for now, ready to answer the call. Right, let's see how our little baling expedition did. Now, this baler will hold bales within it. I've still got manual engine start on. I seem to have got quite used to that now. Though. If we select the baler, just pull over here. Unload baler. It'll spit out another bale. It's got almost a full bale in it. So my obvious inclination is going to be to finish him off. It should take about 5 seconds. And we've got basically a stockpile of grass. So you can question the utility, if you like, of only being able to use the worker to mow grass with this configuration at least, but it certainly saves some time. And the other time saving with the square baler is you're not stopping and starting to unload bales all the time. So you can actually get around the field quite quickly. Picking them up is basically what is then going to be the laborious part of the process. Right, so we'll leave that baler there for now. We'll leave the mower there. And we're at the point now, our daily income is sufficient for us to, you know, be able to try everything and experiment and be a little bit lavish. We now have 2 balers. That's very extravagant on many a farm. But we've got a lot of things to get our head round. And once we've got this guy going too, let's just have a little look at what that might mean in terms of us producing everything. Well, we've got wheat and barley, which we've no problem with. Canola, sunflower, soy and corn, we can all accommodate. In fact, we've produced all of those. Just having a little look at the prices. Barley price is quite good. Sunflower price is very good. The soy prices, they're all quite low. So maybe over time we are slowly, with our relentless harvesting and selling of soy, bringing the prices down. But I don't know, because at the transport company, the price is heading up towards 800. If you remember, early in this playthrough, we were mostly selling the soy at the transport company and the vegetable warehouse because they had the best prices. They haven't recently. That's been the mill, which at the moment has the worst price. So let's see. I don't know. I've really not really figured out the economy in this game. So we'll keep an eye on that. But that leaves us with potatoes, which we know we can produce. And we could actually, as I said, reseed a field and make some more. Sugar beet we can plant. Got the equipment to do that. We got nothing to harvest it with. We'd have to lease some machinery for that, so that can be done. Sugar beet, well, that brings me back to the subject of paywalls, because I'd need to use the platinum expansion to do that, which I'd like to avoid. I think for completeness I could do it. It'd be something else for you to see. I don't know, somebody let me know. I won't do that. I'm not going to worry about that now. We've got a few days to do that. So if somebody says yes, sugar cane, I shall do it. If somebody says no, stay this side of the paywall, then I shall. Slurry and manure, we're producing, and we've actually got quite a lot. We can start using that. Wool, we have no sheep, not really an issue. That's not really a crop type. Wood chips, that is the one. The rest are all bales, silage, straw, grass and hay. Wood chips we can produce in 2 ways. We can use a wood chipper up in the woods to grind up wood and the offcuts, etc., make some wood chips that way, or we can plant poplar and then use a forage harvester to get a very big amount of wood chips from an area of land. Again, that's something we're going to ponder. I think we'll use the wood chipper first, see how we get on with that. We've certainly got a piece of land over by the timber mill that is now under our jurisdiction and we could perhaps utilise. But for now, we need to just tidy up in here. Just look at where we are with the animals now. Nobody's short of anything. The pigs' productivity, I've just reloaded the game, so none of those numbers have triggered yet. I actually wondered if I'd loaded the game in previously with the platinum expansion switched on, and sugar cane showed in the prices. I wondered if I didn't have the expansion switched on, whether it would, and it does. It kind of teases you, I suppose. Oh look, here's a thing you've got to buy. Buy some DLC to produce, but we're going to put it on the price list anyway, just to tease you. Right, so first things first. The animals are all fine. We're ahead of the game. We're going to give them a bale of straw. Can we get 2 in there today? Cows, straw? I think we probably can. So we'll get another one. Then we're going to mix up some food. The pigs are also going to need straw to be taken up to them. We might do that. The Schluter obviously kind of shows some of the inefficiencies of the Ministry of Pigs, that the Schluter cannot fit a front loader, so can't clean up after the pigs. Amazing. And can't take them bales, certainly not unless he just drags them on a trailer and knocks them off. But there you go, we shall make up the gap. I'm just going to take a couple more of these straw bales off the top of here, out of the way. That one, just sit over here out of the way for now. As can that one there. Alright. Drag out the mixing wagon. There. Maybe get lined up reasonably sensibly with the ball. Just twisting this caught me out. That's perfect. Let's see. Is our plan coming together? We want that one and that one. Lovely. Take him round, put in 2 buckets of silage, and that's another mix done. We gave the cows 4 full mixing wagons of food. They are full for 6 days, just shy. I'll leave the trailer here. We got 9 bales of grass, as you can see, a little bit lower than usual. Maybe I forgot a fertilizer stage. I don't know. Let's just have a little look. So the cows, in fact, they'll take another bale of grass. We may as well pop that in there right now too. The harvester's already busy over on field 14. In fact, I think he's almost finished. So this end of the farm is getting very well ahead. So we can move up to the Ministry of Logistics, start getting the sunflowers in from up there, and we have 2 jobs to do. One is to boost the bovine population by buying more cows, and the other is to have a look at this wood chip production malarkey. Actually, oh no, I was going to put that in the other feeding trough over there just so it looks a little bit less bare. Don't worry, it's purely cosmetic. As long as you're putting the food in somewhere, it all counts. But if you put all the food you ever gave the cows into that trough, the trough where I do the midnight cleanup would stay bare. But don't panic. I have seen people panic. Must be time for the Zeta the big Zeta to get a wash. He's coming back down with a potato planter. Surprise, surprise. Now obviously even leasing equipment, returning it and then leasing it again a couple of days later is not the cheapest way of doing it, but the profit we made off of that last field of potatoes means the best thing we can do, well, these potatoes over here, which I think is just under 4,000, is to put them back in the ground and watch them grow. So we shall do that. Horrendous driving, sorry. Obviously it's completely safe for a Massey Ferguson tractor vehicle to drive over potatoes without damaging them. There you go. Bucket's not straight. It's not easy working around these buildings because the camera views are obviously not too hot. Right, is that pretty much all of them not full? Come on. Sure, they should all fit in here. 1936. Right. In you go. That's fine. Got them in the bucket ready to reload him as required. Ooh. Shall we push our luck and get this field done before we give the big Zeta some more petrol? That went wrong once, didn't it? I think we'll be okay with 23 litres. We'll keep a close eye. Oh, we're quite back heavy. All that on there. Now let's hope this is going to work in a happy combination. And we'll be have trouble planting potatoes in this first row again. It's very odd that has not been an issue with any other crop. Let's see. He missed a little. No, he's missing bits. We know it well. That's okay. Sosnovka weirdness strikes again. He's off and running. Hopefully he'll get on and do pretty much that whole field. Da, da, da. Right, what's our next plan? Who do we need? You're going to hang around down here to refill him and keep an eye on the cows. You're going to head up with your trailer, the seed and fertilizer supply, because I keep buying it because I forget to take it and we're ending up with so much sitting around. And we also have quite a stockpile of slurry and manure sitting around now. L is blocked by an object. I'm going to get this guy up to the Ministry of Logistics and we'll meet up back up there, shall we? Here we are heading up to the bakery with the sunflower harvest. We got a good price for the sunflowers today. 883 I think, which seems exceptionally good. 853. And also the soy price has now rocketed up at the mill. Well, our friends at the mill, 977. That'll be good. Because we need the money. We need to sell the money. More importantly, we actually need this tipper empty. Because we will meet you over there. We need the tipper to put the wood chips into. And that is our next little project. The field teams are getting on absolutely fine. I guessed the load of the potato seeder accurately enough to have missed exactly one row, so I can certainly live with that. And the sunflower field is done. We can get on with the odd jobs. I'm really pleased that we've just got everything sorted out field wise, that all we need to do is move them, get them going. Right, let's shop, shall we? Forestry equipment. We are going to go. I'm so inexperienced with wood chip that I don't really know where to start. This is the one that I used in 15. It's quite expensive anyway. Even to lease it, it's probably £5 grand. You probably need a lot of wood chips to pay for that. And I may get around to trying it one day. It was incredibly tricky to use the inbuilt crane or anything to get that to actually take the wood. We're going to go for this one, which I know we're going to lease it. It's quite cheap. What's that going to cost us? $2,200. This one, it says, is not designed to take big pieces of wood. But that's okay. We've got all those scrappy bits up the top. I can't see, or I'd be very surprised. Although I know there's a certain other quite prominent console YouTuber who swears by his wood chipper that I would make more money, or I shouldn't make more money chipping a nice big thick tree trunk than I do taking it to a timber miller's wood. I really don't think that sounds quite right. Right, so we put you, is that pipeline going to auto detect this trailer? Yes, he is. Right, so you've got to stay about there. What do I do? Do I just pick this up and put it in? It's not on, is it? Turn on wood chipper. I would imagine the manual controls are probably for the pipe. But anyway, right, so he's on. Do not put your arm in there. Is he on? He's on. Let's see, I really don't know how this is supposed to work at all. Is this too big? Oh, and he pops. Ah, the rest of the wood's disappeared. Fantastic. How much did we get out of that? Anything? He hasn't even bothered to put anything out yet. Okay, let's move him up here to where we were piling up some of the wood. There you go, you've got a few bits up here. So we put him there. Bring the Zeta up. There's nothing in the trailer. And then, so we park you here. So you're detected. Fantastic. And the wheel's still switched on. Yes. So let's get this piece of wood here. Is there any way we can feed this in? Or have we got to chop it up? Okay. It's kind of getting drawn into the machine and then stuck. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. Okay. The problem with holding bits of wood is as soon as you touch any other object, it does that. It kind of glitches it out of your hand. Right, come on. In. No excuses. There you go. Right, are we getting... maybe starting to get the hang of this. Right, nice and level. In from the side. Yum yum. Oh yes. We're chipping. Have you seen any chips come out yet? Have any chips come out yet? No, so at the moment we have 0 wood chips. It's chipping wood, but we're not getting any chips. Right, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Have I just not put enough wood in to get any chips out? I know that money-wise this wood would be absolutely worthless. Maybe it's not even counting. You going to go in? No. Give you a little bit of help. You're in. Right, have we actually got everything switched on? It's on. The pipe's out. I can't imagine. No, there's no other controls. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Maybe these pieces of wood are just way too insignificant, which means these offcuts are an absolute waste of time. Come on. Come on. Take it. Yes. Go on. You're chipping. Bit big, isn't it? Can I lift this end? Okay. I don't think you guys have ever seen me quite so rubbish a piece of equipment. Come on, go and eat it. Oh. And this is why I love wood chipping. See, nothing's coming out at all. What isn't happening? Right, let's do an experiment. You. Come here. I don't know. Right. Let's take a slice off of this. Am I going to be able to lift this wood? I don't know. Right, now that's a nice chunk of wood. Come on. It's doing that thing. It's kind of trying to draw it in, but if the angle is not right, it's not going in. Right. There. Drop it. There. No. Stay away from the tractor. There. Flat. In. Come on. Right, that's too big, is it? So the other... Have we got a single wood chip yet? Am I too far away? Can't see how I could be too far away. No, the pipe's still actively hunting me. I've now broken the chipper, have I? Oh, now I'm recalling quite clearly why wood chipping has never been one of my favourite pastimes. And I realise there are machines and definitely some mods around that make it much easier. They're still very expensive. And I think if I have to make wood chips, I'm going to be happier planting poplar. Not a single wood chip has come out yet. I'm assuming this has no freestanding capability. No. So if it's least, the seconds are ticking away the whole time. Switching back on. Well, I don't know whether I should be using some kind of loader or grab to put more wood in than this at one time. It doesn't seem to want to take sort of chunky bits of wood. It doesn't seem to give me any credit. Tell you what, we've got one more experiment. Sorry guys, this is I think this is the first time I've ever put you through failure. But on the other hand, we have figured out how to use a lot of pieces of machinery that other people have had some problems with. Let's try this kind of a chunk here. It's thinner. This might be too heavy. Let's see, can we get hold of that? Right, come on, come with me. But this just seems a waste of good wood, to be honest with you, in my mind. I can't now go. I can't even see where that's going. Right, it's too long. Right, if this doesn't work, in any way whatsoever. Well, in fact, I think I've given up on this machine already because it's going to want me, from what I've seen. If I'm doing this absolutely wrong, feel free to laugh and tell me how to do it in the comments. Right, come on, give me some wood chips. Okay. I don't understand. Help anyone. Right, we're not using that machine. If we need to make wood chips, we're going to plant some poplar. What's going on? How can it see? It's still detecting the trailer. It's happy that the trailer's there. Some mod trailers just won't get detected by pipes, but if the pipe is following it, then just as we see with the likes of corn cutters and the like, then on the snowblower, look, so that knows that trailer is there. It would love to empty into it. But any wood we put into it disappears. Object too heavy. Take a little bit off of you there. Okay, I think I'm going to have to declare myself flummoxed. I hope you don't mind sharing this absolute frustration with me. See, that won't go in because that's a bit too thick. I can appreciate that. It even warns me it won't take thicker logs. But it doesn't make wood chips out of thinner logs. See, this nice piece of wood here should be right up his alley. In you get. Go. Make me wood chips. Okay, I've got two more ideas to try here. If I can. Well, I've unhitched the trailer just to see if that makes any difference whatsoever. So in your pop. Oh, you're not going to fit, are you? Doesn't matter. You stay here. We got another scrappy bit. There's a piece, right? Perfect. Come here. Now, if this doesn't go in, my only other option is to try a vanilla, as in non-mod trailer, and see. Oh, crikey! And see if it will detect that. Although, as I say, what is confusing me is it clearly is detecting that trailer, because the pipe just wouldn't be seeing it otherwise. This is going to be a bit long, is it? Or can we lift this end and get him in? No, let's chop him off. God, I didn't cut. This is probably the worst segment of gameplay you've ever seen me produce. There we go. But we shall share the experience, shall we? In. No. Right, our only other option is we're going to send the little Zeta down the shop to get ourselves just a small trailer, because I'm not being beaten. Okay, we've been down to the shop. We've leased for about $850 a nice red Brantner trailer. Not a mod. So, let's find ourselves a piece of wood. I think we'll run out of suitable victims. There's one. Get them from this side. Seems to be easier to get in. Come on, get in there. Why won't you go in there? You're not that thick, are you? Is it switched on? It's stopped. Oh, the engine's cut out automatically. Turn him off. I'm not sure what goes on. Does it shut off the engine when you go out of render range, maybe, or something? I don't know. Sometimes it stays running forever, and then you feel bad. This is just too big, I think. I'm going to give that, just chop it in half. I just want some wood chips to come out and into the trailer. Go. Yay! We've got wood chips. Okay, even though the nozzle seemed to be detecting that trailer over there, because it is a mod, it's missing a script or something technical that I don't understand. There we are, we got some wood chips. Out of that one piece of wood, we got 480. Oh, what a palaver. We've actually wasted all of our offcuts of wood with that trailer. But at least we solved the problem. So if you want to use the wood chippers, don't use or check that the trailers you have available are actually compatible with it before you spend your money. Right. To be honest, I think we're going to call it an episode there. We're not making any more wood chips up here today. Whether we return to using a wood chip machine or we just go for planting poplar, I shall determine before we come back. Thanks very much for watching. Leave a comment. If this has caught you out, then share your pain with me. Subscribe if you want to stay in touch. And from Sosnovka, in the woods, frustrated a little, goodbye.